Yeah, I don't want to go to jail for anything. I'm much too, like, weak.
And you're pretty. You are listening to the Stand Up Dads podcast.
This is hecka boring.
Yeah, it is.
Let's try again.
Fuck, now I just want to take a nap.
That's what we get for taking them fishing. That's the first time Olivia's been fishing ever. That was cool.
She kicked ass.
Yeah, she did good, but getting out there by 7 was hard for us because she's been off for a while, you know.
You didn't get out there by 7.
It was like 7:10. Oh, no, it took us a while because then when we got out of the car, we get up to the path into the park. And there's 2 paths, and my mom had called, so I was talking to him, like, hold on, Mom, we got to figure out which way to go. Olivia's like, it's the way that's near the water, and just keeps walking. I was like, oh, my God, how dare you? Be exactly right. Yeah. Oh, my God. She's just like, you idiot. It's right there.
We started fishing around 6:30.
You didn't tell us to be there at 6:30. You said
to be there at 7.
You said 7.
The park doesn't open till 7, but no
so
one's going to stop us.
illegal.
So,
Dang.
yeah. So, and he caught a shitload, and then it got hot, and then it stopped.
Well, if you had told us, we would have got there closer. It was like 7:15.
Mm-hmm.
It was. When we pulled up, it was 7:10, unless it took us... How long did it take us to get walked in?
No idea.
Okay.
Well, you're listening to Stand Up Dads. This is Rob.
And Mike.
The stand-up dads and their kids went fishing, and Mike caught a fish for the first time in 40 years.
Yeah, totally.
And that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, and the kid, my boy actually behaved pretty well, so that made me pretty happy.
Yeah, he was happy.
Your kid, I think she outfished
She had
everybody.
fun. She had fun. She just didn't want anything to do with the fish once it got out of the water.
Jesus Christ.
She's like, get it away from me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just pose next to it. No.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't even going to do it for the $10 when I'm like, I'll give you $10 if you take a picture by the fish. And she's like, and then it was like, that's a good deal. You need to do that. Yeah. And she's like, I know. All right. That was funny because he was like, that's a good deal. You need to do that.
My kid's a whore. Say $10. What do you need? What needs to be done?
Then he thought it was $10 every fish she caught. Oh. He's like, there's another $10. I'm like, it is not another $10, Owen. Knock it off. You got another $10 there. Make sure your dad gives it to you.
Mm-hmm. Did you give it to her?
No, I got to give her.
I don't think she had a $10 worthy picture.
Yeah, I wanted her to have it near her. But you know what? I stay good at my word on that stuff. At least we got a picture with it. Because she wouldn't have done any picture with it at all. That first picture makes it look like I caught it. Because I'm in the middle of it to keep her away from the fish.
She needed a buffer. What do you think it's going to do to you?
Yeah. Here's Olivia's first fish. I'm just standing there to make sure the fish can't get her.
Fucking A.
It's she's afraid it's going to start talking to her. You have angered the citizens of the lake. We shall find you.
All you're doing is making them late for shit. I think that's an old Mitch Hedberg joke.
The fish.
It's like, you're just making them late for something. It's like, why were you late? You'll never believe it. We're talking about trying to figure out ways to encourage your kids' creativity today. Fishing is not in there because now we've got all this, the kids have all this free time.
Yeah.
The typical thing is, go figure out something to do.
At least when we were kids.
Yeah.
Now they need help because they're like, there's so much to do.
Yeah, I don't have an app for it. Fuck you. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But before that, last week we were talking about Don't Tell Mom.
Yeah.
And we did that story about the kid that rode his bike and found all these old porn mags behind a recycling center and was selling them and got in trouble.
Yeah.
And I was talking about, the business opportunity of selling secondhand porn.
Yeah.
And our listener, Spencer Morgan, who's written in before, sent us an email. Here goes. Heard your story about secondhand porn and got a kick out of it because one of my great memories I have when I was a freshman was I met a girl who would steal her dad's porn, which was mainly a bunch of Girls Gone Wild DVDs, and drop it out her bedroom window, and I would snag them on my way home from school and rent them out to fellow students for the weekend or whatever.
Whoa! That's amazing. Wow.
Ran into a friend and customer 5 or so years after, and he asked me if I remembered when I slapped him because he didn't have my money he owed me for the rental.
You slapped him.
I proceeded to apologize because that is fucked up, and we started hanging out here and there.
I slapped him.
Bitch better have my money.
That's hilarious.
One of my best memories of being a teenage boy. That's fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
And I'm just wondering,
That's amazing.
that girl, what the hell?
Yeah, well, did she get the cut?
I don't know.
It makes sense. If she was getting a cut, that's amazing. Great idea.
Well, thank you, Spencer. That was an awesome story.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
We got to send him some things.
We did.
Oh, you did? What'd you send him?
A mug and
Nice.
some magnets and stickers and some
Nice.
Seattle gummies.
Seattle gummies. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Such an addictive personality.
I need some now that friggin' just being out, so sad, so old to be out, just out in the sun fishing was like, I came back. I'm like done for the day. And it's like 12:30 or something. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
It's 2.
Oh my God. It killed me.
Fucking Mike walks in and he's like rubbing his knees and he goes, "Oh, I haven't been wearing my what did you say, your inserts?"
Inserts, man. I've had them since like high school. My feet pronate.
So you're an old man since high school.
But yeah, it's like fully hurting my knees bad. Like someone kicked you in your knees. And I'm like, uh-oh. That can't be good.
Jesus Christ.
All I've been doing is walking around. It's got to just be that. It's not like I was like trying to start working out or something yet, you know?
It's a good thing you're a little guy, because if you were a big fat ass like me, it'd be like...
My knees would all... Bah, bah, bah.
They'd just be ground down to powder.
Aye.
But anyway, so back to the creativity thing. Obviously, you want your kids to be creative. Just like Spencer was, being creative, making his own porn rental business.
That's creative.
But there are downsides to being creative.
Uh-oh.
I was listening to Kyle Kinane, and he's got a bit about it. Here goes.
I was raised with the expectations of being smart. Well, first, I mean, I think I cheated on a couple tests, but then we also had these Iowa standardized tests that we took in my school. Those were the Scantron tests. The Iowa basic test was what it was called. And that was a standardized test for the entire area I lived in. And then later on in life, I visited Iowa and realized that that's not the place that you should base a standardized test off of. Regardless, I did well in these things, and they put me in the gifted classes. In my public high school, they put me in gifted classes. End result is senior year, they took me out of all these classes. Like all my friends were in auto shop or woodworking, learning skills for life. And they put me in this class called creative thinking. Is one of the classes they put me in. It was a creative thing. I said, Kyle, the syllabus was one page and it was one sentence, and it said, explore your imagination. Oh shit! Look at this. That's pretty great, huh? That's adorable. Explore your imagination. Okay, I'll do that instead of learning this other stuff. I'm 32 years old. I have a fantastic imagination. I have no applicable job skills whatsoever. You know what it's like to go on job interviews where people are asking, are you familiar with Windows XP Excel spreadsheet programs? No, but sometimes I pretend I'm a bird. Oh, you mean I didn't get the job?
Sometimes I pretend I'm a bird. I love Kyle. He does have a great imagination. He's just one of my favorite comics out there. I found an article from TED, like the TED Talks.
Yeah.
So I figured they're smart. They should have something good. And it starts off with, there's a common misconception that the best way to encourage children's creativity is to simply get out of the way and let them be creative. But they actually need support to get them to reach that creative potential, because there's only so much they can do. And sometimes you just need to get it started.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't necessarily teach creativity. I mean, like you. I mean, you're one of the more creative people I know. No one taught that to you.
Not really. It's kind of was like being around, though.
Yeah.
My brother's really creative, and then we watched a lot of stuff that I don't know, that interests us, but I think kind of helped open your mind to be into more like art stuff.
Well, actually, that's funny because that goes into their point number 1, show examples to spark ideas.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Because at blank canvas, even if it's not really a canvas, is fucking intimidating.
Yeah.
So if you see, oh, that's this, and I would do it this way, because you guys have similar styles, but it's definitely different. I mean, I can tell if your brother drew something. I can tell if you drew something.
Yeah. Yeah. The different things that will inspire us, like individually or something.
Like that ABC book he made that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like, this is definitely your brother's art. You're like, no, it isn't.
Yeah, then I looked at hey, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I published that. What?
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see, encourage messing around. So they don't necessarily have to follow it whatever they're doing according to the rules.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's better when, I mean, obviously with Legos, I like them.
Yeah.
I like it if he does it right the first time, the way it's supposed to, just so we can see, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because they're so goddamn expensive. And then they all get blended into the rest of the Legos. I mean, I don't know anyone else that keeps them separate unless they're those creepy adults.
That works as for kids, to make it where you let them not have to follow the things. But also, like, I went one time to one of those, like, little paint party things that they do to raise money at the Crocker.
Okay.
Well, this one was at the Crocker, but they do them all over the place. But at that one, it's one of those ones where, you're supposed to just be having fun and drawing something. But that teacher was walking around going like, no, like this. Wow. You could see people all like, doing it. It's just like adults sitting there having fun. Like, I've helped this place out. And then you're like, everyone looks sad and like,
you're missing the
dang
point.
it. Yeah, my shading's bad.
I know shit about art, but like a Picasso kind of guy where he's so fondly spoken of. But can you imagine like the first guy that saw his stuff, like, what the fuck is this? So,
yeah.
Let's see. Provide a wide variety of materials, which makes sense because sometimes they're going to be creative, like on like an iPad, or sometimes it'll be popsicle sticks, or Legos, or dirt in the backyard. I mean, my kid, he was like in a phase where he was making campfires, not really fires, but he would just like he would make the ring and put like little sticks in there. And
that's nice and creative. Yeah.
Yeah. And then one time he was talking to a friend of his on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And he put the iPad on the ground and then like started throwing rocks on top of it to show him how he did the fire and put a big fucking crack in it.
Dang it.
So creativity can be expensive.
Yeah. Oli, I keep a lot of stuff out. Like, we found a clay that doesn't dry out.
Mm-hmm.
So the plus on that is that she always leaves them around.
Sure.
But the minus is that when she does something she really likes,
it's not permanent.
It's not super permanent.
Can you bake it or anything?
Not this particular one. But it is super useful because with it, when I kick her off of the iPad and stuff, she'll sit there and just play with it and mold stuff. And she'll do stuff where it actually makes it where, like, for me, I'm like, damn it. Like, I encourage it, so I'll go with it. But she'll be like, okay, we each have to mold a character from this show we're watching. And it's like, she kicks my butt. She did,
cool.
We were watching Gravity Falls, and she did the girl, and then we were doing that My Hero Academia. She did it. I was like, damn it. But it's cool. It's a fun thing that's like, I'll go along with it because it gets her to do it,
See, I'm the opposite. Fuck, what do you want? Just fucking go make something.
Yeah. And I was like, the reason I don't want to do it is just because I suck at sculpting, and I want to watch this. I just want to watch the show, and it's a lot of pressure all of a sudden because it's like this made up contest. But you're like, oh, I gotta actually do it. And if I don't try at least to a certain level, she gets all pissed off. Like I'm just ignoring her.
Don't phone it in, Dad.
Totally. Yeah, you're not even trying. It's like, oh. Worse than the person at the paint party.
Yeah.
You're not even trying. I actually did. You're so mean.
Oh man, it makes me want to post that video of you trying to cast this morning.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah, and I saw you filming it too. It made it even worse.
I was hoping for
it's like, damn it, and you're all got that on film. Damn it.
Let's see. Embrace all types of making, and you bring up a good point. So when I picture your art, it's always like drawn.
Yeah.
If your kid doesn't want to draw but she wants to sculpt,
Oh my God, I let her do.
Yeah.
She does all sorts of crazy stuff. She did some cool ones where she took canvases and she melted crayons.
The what's?
She took crayons.
Crayons? Cranberries?
Crayons. That's how I call it. All right, so how do you say it? Crayon?
Crayons.
Crayons.
There's a Y in there.
Crayons. Crayons. And she hot glued them to the canvas and made them look like they were melting down the canvas.
Very cool.
They were freaking cool. So she has a lot with the hot glue gun. I'll let her go to town on like making her playing with flour and as long as she cleans it up.
That's the hard
But she'll
part.
make I think letting him do whatever, playing with yarn or paint or
even if they just want to write a story.
Yes.
I mean, it's creativity. It doesn't have to be something you can hold in your hand. It could just be something, even just telling a story. My kid loves making up we call them Phoebe stories.
Oh.
Because our cat is named Phoebe, and apparently Phoebe is all these superpowers.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's just all this crap. It happens a lot when we're driving on long trips.
Yay.
While I'm driving, I'm not very creative because I'm trying not to get us killed. But he just loves to, although all the stories I have is, the cat comes home and then scoots her butt on his pillow. But emphasize process, not product.
Yeah.
So it's that whole thing. And I've beat this dead horse a million times. Like, don't tell them, oh, you're so smart. Just say, hey, you put a lot of work into that. Good job.
Yeah.
Even if it is amazing, say, hey, that is amazing. But you did. Tell them why you think it's amazing, not just you did a good thing. Extend time for projects. I know sometimes it's tough because we don't have the luxury of a shitload of time.
Yes.
But if it looks like they want another half hour doing something, I mean, shoot, getting a kid to focus on anything for that long, if you got it, let them fucking do it.
Yeah. I love when she says it, like, I want to paint, because I'll get it all set up. Like you said, I could leave it out a couple days sometimes if she's really just like constantly, because she'll do that like in a burst, like, go through 5 or 6 things and then be done with painting for a while.
Yeah, my kid will say, I want to paint. We'll set it all up for him. He'll do like a stick figure and be like, okay, I'm done.
Oh, no.
God damn
that was driving me crazy.
Play the role of matchmaker. So pretty much, obviously sometimes, like, I could never do this podcast without you.
Yeah.
So you need someone to, be creative with sometimes. Sometimes you don't.
Absolutely. Yeah, that helps me so much.
If only to encourage them. Like today, after we were fishing, we went to that park and the kids were climbing around. Just having someone to push him, because Owen there was this climbing thing that he was a little bitch about all the time when I'm with him. He watches Olivia do it, and he does it by himself for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So just getting that push helps.
What was awesome about it was Olivia was like, oh, that was kind of, like she sat down and then Owen came in and he was like, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever done. And I was like, it was so like honest, but only you could tell it was just like, oh, that's a funny thing. Like, she thought, I think he was just joking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think he meant that.
He did. He was freaking out.
And he did it.
Ask authentic questions. Just encouraging them to think about what they've actually done.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how did you come up with the idea to do this?
Yeah.
Which, it's an open-ended question. And then just, like, anything surprise you about it? Why did you want to do it? Stuff like that. Just stuff that's actually involved where they actually have to think about what they did.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff. I'll post the link in there. Check it out. It's TED Talk people. Usually they're smart. I don't see a lot of MAGA TED Talk stuff.
That'd be so funny, a TED Talk like that.
Jesus Christ.
You should make one. That'd be hilarious as a joke.
So we need to build the wall. Okay, Ted.
I'm going to go over it.
Yeah, so then there's another one from parents.com, I think it is. 25 ways to spark your child's creative thinking. I'm not going to go through all. One of the first ones they talk about, when your kid asks for help solving a problem, don't solve it. Actually ask them and work it through with them. Say, well, what do you think would do for that type of thing?
Yeah.
Sometimes they might get an explanation, a solution that you weren't even thinking about, and it makes them understand it because they did it.
Yeah.
This one I need to work on. Play with your child, but focus on following their lead.
Oh, yeah.
I suck at that. It's just like, look, you want me to play or not? Here, let's do it like this. And
I try to, it's harder, I think, as they get older, or it could possibly be as I get older.
Yeah, totally.
But because I'll get frustrated now if we'll start doing something, but then she'll change her mind in the middle, or like, and I'll be like, oh, like what? But when she was little, I'd roll with it, and it was always hilarious because she would like take over. I think I told you before, she had like a Barbie, and then we had like Thor and a Spider-Man, and the stories she'd come up with were just ridiculous. So she'd be like, have hammer, have this, we just play and go along with her crazy storylines. They were hilarious. But now it's more, like she'll be like, it'll be like, can you help me with this? And then the second I go to touch it, she'll go, no, I'll do it. And you go, or she'll go, not like that. And like, by the third time she pulls it out of my hand, I'm like, that's enough. And she goes, what's the matter with you?
It's like, you're doing this wrong. I don't even know what the fuck we're doing.
Yes. I just realized that
you don't even know what the fuck we're doing.
Like, yeah.
But I know you're wrong.
I got to tell her, you're like the meanest teacher ever. Stop it.
And I'm guilty of it just because I'm always thinking of what needs to be done. So it's like I'm wasting time. I'm not wasting time. Playing with your kids is never a waste of time.
Yeah. No, I fall into that sometimes because the thing is, she'll use it sometimes when it's like it's time for bed, or I'm trying to get something done, and then it's the time where it's like, right now is the most perfect time, and if you don't want to, like, you're a bad dad.
I guess I'm a bad dad.
Oh. Yeah. It's like, I really do. We need to get this cleaned up, or we need to get ready for tomorrow.
I just hate it though. Like, he's notorious for this. I'll be like right smack dab in the middle of like doing dishes.
Yeah.
Where, like, my hands are soaked. Everything around me is all chaos. Dad, play with me. Jesus fucking Christ. Get out of here. Then I'm pissed off.
You have a game. Yeah. You're going to help me.
Yeah.
I do want to play with you, but I need to finish. So get over here.
But I don't.
Yeah. And I never do that either. Cause I'm like, it'll take longer.
Yeah.
For that fight than to just finish this.
Yeah. Let your kids get dirty. So send your kid outside when it rains. Encourage them to slide in the mud. That's a tough one because whatever.
I liked doing that.
I know.
When they were little.
Yeah, but it's tough when they're older.
Yeah.
Ask your kid to solve a family problem. Like the example they give is the living room is constantly messy. What should we do about it? Which is kind of a passive aggressive way of saying, what do we need to do to make you stop making a mess of the living room? But they say this makes them feel important, creates a space for their own creative problem solving, and allows an opportunity for them to contribute to the family.
Yeah.
This one, I think this is a maturity thing. Good open-ended question to get your child thinking creatively about other people is, if you could give one gift to every single child in the world, what gift would you give? My kid would say something like farts or something,
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see.
That's a good one, though. I wonder what Oli would say. Yeah, that's a good one. We should ask and see if you're right. And you're like, and he did say farts.
He probably, or he'd say something like a kitten because he wants another cat. And I'm like, nah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
When you go grocery shopping with your child, hunt for a fruit, vegetable, or other item he has never eaten before. Look for recipes with that food on Pinterest and cook it together for dinner. I wish my kid was a better eater.
I was about to say, like, that sounds like a total waste of time and food on my end, because it doesn't matter. If Oli's already got it in her head she don't like it, it wouldn't matter what game we played. You'll get it in front of her and it'll not be eaten, and it'll just lead to tears for everyone.
Yeah. But if your kid is a good eater, that's an awesome one. Because I want my kid to get involved in cooking so he doesn't end up like you.
Damn it.
Mister, I can't even cook oatmeal.
Apparently, nobody. I can cook, I just can't cook well.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I understand the concepts, they just never come together right.
This one I like because it doesn't matter what age. Go for a walk and encourage your child to collect rocks, twigs, flowers, and other items in nature. When you get back home, make up a story about the items you collected together.
We used to do that when Oli was little. We'd go for walks, and we would bring rocks back, and then we would sit at like every corner and sit down and make up a story.
Okay.
Yeah. And but what's funny is that's following more along what it said early on. Like, I didn't come up with that on my own. Oli would just say that. It'd be like, it's time for a story, and we'd sit down and do it. And we did sometimes when she was learning her letters, we would take sticks when we were like out and about, and she'd make letters.
Awesome.
She'd be like, there's an A, there's an E.
Stuff too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Again, always praise your kid's effort, not the result. Because a lot of times they'll put their heart and soul into something and it looks like a fucking turd.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what? You worked really hard on that.
Yeah.
And when you're not looking, it's going in the recycling bin. I got stuck with that.
He caught you throwing something away?
Yeah. It was going in the recycle bin. He's like, why is this in here? I'm like, oh, I must have fallen. I
don't remember if Foley's ever gotten mad. Because a lot of times if it's with me, I'd be like, I keep a lot. You know, and I've actually thought about some of the older stuff just to be safe. I might take some pictures of it and just make a book together.
That's awesome.
Just
I think
in
that's
case.
what everyone should do anyway.
Yeah.
'Cause, we have so much artwork.
I wish I had just done that from the beginning, you know, just to, because there's stuff that gets lost or, you know, doesn't hold together.
Yeah, if you got little kids and you're listening to this, date shit.
Yeah.
Put dates on the back of stuff because you go, oh, I'll remember this. You won't. Because
No.
I look at stuff and go, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Put dates on things because it really does, you know, at least age 5, age 2, age 3, age 7.
I've been good on it when it's been stuff she's given me. But a lot of times when there's stuff that was handmade, in hindsight, I'm like, dang it, I don't know. That's 1st or 2nd grade. And that's, you know, there's no way.
At least
for
you have
me.
a ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't mark something on it now, in a few years, you're not even going to remember that. I don't know, 1st, 2nd, 4th grade. I don't remember.
She made a couple of like candles that she still yells at me like, you didn't even like this thing. I'm like, what do you mean? I've saved it. She's like, you didn't use it. I'm like, well, I don't want to use it. I like the candle. She's like, if you liked it, you'd use it.
Okay.
No, get away from it. Keep in it.
I remember making a candle. We did it in All Saints. Used like the little milk container, like a little pint.
I think so.
And then we poured wax in there with a thing and gave it to our parents.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were fucking horrible. Because it didn't get poured in solidly, so it had all these holes in it. It looked like lava rock.
Oh.
So the wax would melt and ooze out the sides. That was shitty. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up on this last one. And I kind of like the idea of this one. Choose a favorite family story and then have your kid retell the story from another person's point of view.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. They
So-
have a lot of good creative writing exercises like that, taking other stories and...
Instead of hearing the story, because mom always has a story about how, you know, you were born or something, and do it from the perspective of the doctor or the perspective of dad or the perspective of grandma who was running late to get there.
Yeah.
They talk about how being able to think about a story from an alternate perspective is an important creative thinking skill, which I think is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
So there's links for all that. Check them out. And you need energy to get your kids to do shit. Get Seattle Gummy Company. They're our sponsor. They are wonderful. They make high-energy mocha shots. They give you all the caffeine in a cup of coffee in one gummy, and it works 5 times faster and costs half of what you would spend for a cup of coffee at a chain coffee shop. We've been enjoying these for over a year, and Mike actually craves them. They've just been coming in handy because I haven't been sleeping for shit, and it just helps, you know, when you hit that wall like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon like we are right now.
Yeah.
Just pop it, and it doesn't like stick around to where you can't sleep.
Yeah.
They're vegan. They're all sorts of good stuff about these guys. Click the link in our show notes, enter the code StandUpDads15 and get 15% off your order. Can't say enough good stuff about these guys. You know, this isn't just like, oh, we have a sponsor, we have to say nice things. We use them.
No, they're delicious.
We use them. We enjoy them.
Yeah.
So Seattle Gummy Company, Stand Up Dad, tested and approved. Get shit done. And now...
Here's a story about a bad daddy.
Okay. This guy... So we just had Father's Day. And speaking of creativity, your girlfriend gave you a very creative coupon book.
Oh, yeah. I love the little drawings in it. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, she did them as like little, like, she does this comic on Instagram that's like called Happy Homicide. It says, one free back rub, and this person's like stabbing him. I don't think this is how it's supposed to feel. Don't question the professional. My favorite is the one surprise date, and the
Walking
guy's
you to
blind.
a grave.
Yeah, where are we going? Just a little further.
That was pretty damn cool.
That one I like.
Well, so this one, the dad actually didn't do anything bad. Dad accused of cheating over Father's Day card mix-up as furious partner smashes his TV.
It was a mix-up.
Yep.
What happened?
Apparently there's a card maker called Funky Pigeon.
Okay.
And his 22-year-old daughter sent a card to Dad. Because it's Father's Day.
Yeah.
Apparently they sent a card that had a picture of a newborn saying Happy Father's Day. Hang on, what did it say exactly?
Oh, so was it supposed to be an e-card?
It was Happy First Father's Day.
Oh.
No, it was a real card, and it had a picture of a baby on there.
Wow.
And it said Happy Father's Day, Pops, because apparently that's what his kid calls him.
Wow.
The wife found the card while he was at work, and she went fucking apeshit and started breaking his TV and laptop and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
And so it turned out that they just totally fucked up and sent the wrong card to him.
Oh, no.
And he's saying that, the husband actually was not okay with it, but he's like, I can't really blame her because I'm good now, but like 15 years ago I wasn't. So
I gave her a reason.
So Funky Pigeon.
How funny that he's like, still my bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
And the wife is saying it's a massive misunderstanding, and I'm embarrassed about how I acted. We've made up now. I would hold that over her head for so long.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like, but that's one of those things. Like, if you fuck around, you're never getting forgiven for that.
You're gonna destroy. Yeah.
That's never gonna go away. But yeah, the article on that, it's actually worth clicking to see because it's got pictures of what should have been sent and what got sent.
Yeah.
And email us. Rate us, subscribe, review us. It's how the show grows. Email us at thestandupdads@gmail.com. And if you want to hire someone to draw a picture of a guy getting the crap beaten out of him by his wife because he got a mistaken Father's Day card, who would they write to?
You can write to me, Pencil for Hire. That's Pencil for Hire on Instagram and pencilforhire.com.
And Mike has an autobiographical comic collection called Clumsy Love. Click the link in the show notes and get that. It covers like 5 years of his life before and after kids, and it's hilarious. If you don't love it, your next podcast is free. Again, Seattle Gummy Company. Click the link in the show notes. Enter the code StandUpDads15. Get 15% off your order. Oh, I forgot. Merch. We've teamed up with Gag on this podcast, and we have a merch site at tpublic.com. Click the link in the show notes. It'll take you right there. You can get T-shirts, mugs, stickers, notebooks, whatever. Get our ugly faces on your stuff. And speaking of Gag on This, get my side project, the Gag on This podcast. That's run by Big Nick. We interview comics from all over the place and have a great time doing it. We just recorded with Bay Area comic Badman Randy. Had a blast. This dude's like all over. He does poetry, he does comedy, he does magic. He's done all sorts of shit. He was a really interesting guy. We had a blast doing it. So check it out. I think I'm going to go take a nap.
I know. I'm so tired and my cat's yelling at me. What the heck? It's like, you go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Okay, on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thing I want to say is thank you all for coming. Bye-bye.